If you're watching this on YouTube, this is a replay from the TikTok morning live that I do every Monday and Friday. So you can skip forward a little bit for when we get started. I'm gonna give it a couple or so minutes to let everybody join in. Good morning, good morning, come on in. Come on in, everybody. We're gonna get started in just a minute. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning, Miss Jessica. How did you like your reading, girl? That was freaking strong. I don't know if you had serviced enough to watch it yet, but good morning. Y'all, I love this. Good morning, good morning. You're back, yay! I hope you enjoyed that reading, because my God, I was like goosebumps head to toe. You need a reading? You can book one through the link in my bio. Y'all, I got this new deck. Look, I got this new deck, and it's called the Akashic Tarot, and holy crap, y'all. It's a different kind of tarot, and it is strong. Like, this deck and this deck became friends because I used this deck to clarify this deck, and holy crap. So if you want a reading with this new deck, then go ahead and book it through the link in my bio. You loved it? Good. You watched last night, let me tell you, my mind was blown. I know, mine was too. As you can tell through the recording, I was like, holy shit, the whole time. I was like, damn, I couldn't believe how powerful that reading was. So, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cleanse the heart chakra right quick, all right? We do this every Monday and every Friday. We need to cleanse out the heart. That way you can think clearly, that way you can move forward clearly. We got to get rid of all the junk, all the anxiety, everything, okay? This bowl is attuned to the frequency of your heart chakra. So let's cleanse it out right quick. Last week's Monday Live was spot on. Good, well, let's do it again. What made me choose that deck? I don't know. I was just drawn to it. And I love, you know, I've studied the Akasha for years now. And so I saw this deck and I was like, that's interesting. I saw it on Amazon and I was just like, you know what? I want to give it a try because it's different and it got really great reviews. And so I was like, let's try it. And whew, it's good. Okay, so let's cleanse out the heart chakra so we can get into the tarot and oracle. All you're going to do is breathe as the bowl is singing. It lasts a few seconds and then we're going to get started. Here we go. Let me do that a little bit louder. Just breathe. Relax your shoulders. Let the vibration take all the anxiety away. Let it cleanse out your heart. With every breath that you take in, pick up that anxiety, that fear, that pain, and blow it out. Keep going. The bell's still ringing. Deep breaths. Now let's take one collective deep breath together. Hold it at the top and pick it all up. Now blow it out quickly. There we go. We've got to use the breath to get rid of all that heaviness, okay? If you start your week full of anxiety and fear and all of that, then you're asking for more, okay? Okay, so here we go, here we go. Let's get our fairy blessing. Damn, that dropped down quickly from 230 to 36 now because everybody realized I'm not giving out shit readings. That cracks me up. Hello there, good morning. All right, let's see what our fairy blessing is for the week. The reason why we do this is because we uncover the energy of each day. Why? Because when you're in the know, When you can see what's ahead of you, you can overcome it. You can use it to your advantage. And this is really helping people to navigate through tough times and to use the beneficial energy. Yeah, let them go, exactly. Yeah, the good ones are left, yep. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not concerned with speaking to the masses. I want to speak to the ones who are ready to really make a change in their lives. And that's y'all. Oh, look at this. A blessing of being understood. Wouldn't that be nice? Right? Think about that. A blessing of being understood. Now, let me ask you. I want you to answer in the comments in just a second. Let me ask you. How are you going to be understood if you're not being your true self? Tell me what your thoughts are on that. How are you going to be understood if you're not being your true self? Because if you're not being your true self, but you're expecting people to understand you, then it ain't going to work. Yeah, pretty difficult. The problem, look, y'all, here's the thing. I've been thinking about this all weekend, and I'm like, I'm ready to start a revolution. I'm ready to start a revolution to where, because I know that there is a world where women are in their power, men are in their own power, and we all coexist and get along. And right now, the women I feel like are going to need to initiate and to lead that revolution. And I'm telling y'all, with the power challenge that I'm doing with these ladies, it's big. And so I want every person to celebrate who they are. And I want every person to feel free to be who they are, to express themselves. As long as you're not hurting anybody else or yourself, then it doesn't matter. Okay? Being genuine is important. Absolutely. Time to clean the windows a little more and let the light in. Yes. We have to be our true self in order to be understood. Yep. Always stay true. Let the others misunderstand me. Moving on up. Yes. See, that's important because we have been conditioned for so long that we need to be like somebody else. And that's completely wrong. That is a good way to get a lot of people out of their vibration, out of their power. And so whenever you see like an influencer or an ad or something like that, like, you want to be like this, then you have to have this product. No. You want to be desirable, then you have to act like this. No. You want to get him to do something, say or do this. No. We're not doing that anymore. Okay? We're not dimming our own light. We're not changing ourselves. We're not manipulating to get something that's not even ours. Right? Because if it's meant for you, you don't have to manipulate. If it's meant for you, you don't have to be somebody else. Okay? So I hope that resonates with you. Yes, the universe will always tell you what's going on if you just listen. Yep. 100%. If you want to know like where you are internally, look around you. Is it chaos? Is it dirty, clutter, drama, whatever? Then that's how you know how you are inside. Your outer world is always reflecting your inner world. Yeah. All right, let's reveal what's going on Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, I come back and we get a reading for the weekend. So let's see. What do we need to know about today? Ooh, Four of Pentacles. Look at that. So Four of Pentacles is all about paying attention to what you've been holding on to. Okay? Finding that balance, finding that solid foundation. The need to look at certain situations around you. Just like I said, if you want to know where you are internally, look around you. So what around you are you using to shield and protect yourself? Okay, so if you have a lot of stuff in your house, why? Are you looking for a certain feeling? Are you acting out of lack, so you're gathering and collecting a lot of stuff? Do you have a lot of weight on you? Are you protecting yourself from something that's happened in the past? There's so many ways that we put things around us because we feel like it's protecting us, but it's actually blocking us. Okay? So take time today, write this down. Take time today to look around you and see what you're accumulating in order to feel protected. It could be money too. Like, are you constantly saving because you're deathly afraid to spend your money because something's going to happen? Okay? So definitely look at that. There are a lot of things that we hold on to within, and we're like, no, that's just me. That's just how life is. That's how I grew up. And it's like, well, okay, but you can change that. 100%. You can change it. Just because you were taught something your entire life, or you've been doing something one way your entire life, does not mean it's right. And does not mean that you have to continue it. Okay? The letting go has been showing up all weekend for me. Yeah. Yep. It hits home. Okay. Here we go on Tuesday, the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is an ending. Swords are thoughts, ideas, and communication. Okay? So what is it on Tuesday? Is it a way of thinking that you need to address? Is it some sort of argument or ongoing conversation that's getting you nowhere that needs to come to a halt? Like, what is it that has been building up this whole time that needs to change? Because after 10, we have the Ace of Swords. It goes back to 1, right? So we need to really change our way of thinking, change our vocabulary, change our way of doing, because we have really ingrained into ourselves a way of thinking. And we know this, right? I talk about this all the time. It's those neural pathways that we have dug so deep, and it takes work to change those. It's not hard. You just got to stay consistent. Okay? So you may experience some sort of ending on Tuesday, but I feel like this is more so an ending of a thought process, an ending of something that, like, I really feel like it's like, I'm tired of dealing with this. That's what I feel like. And so pay attention on Tuesday to see what thought processes, what communication styles, what's going on here that needs to come to an end, because this is nothing but a burden to you. Okay? Let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, oh, wow. It's so funny because I was just talking about this, and I was going to mention the Page of Swords, because that does come after the 10, because the page is a message of a new thought process, new communication, new ideas. And here they are. Page of Swords. Look at that. Planting, your thoughts are always planting seeds into the universe. So you're going to be learning how to do this differently. You may have a new idea come to you. You may have a new way of going about a certain conversation that needs to be addressed. We do have Mercury going retrograde soon. We're in the shadow period. So we got to watch our communication. We got to reevaluate old situations that we've been dealing with, and it's just going around and around and around, right? So there may be, Wednesday also would be a great time to start learning something new, whatever it is, okay? So that's interesting. Interesting. So let's look at Thursday. Thursday is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So when the Page of Pentacles is in reverse, it indicates that it's really a time for you to pay attention to the idea or whatever happens on Wednesday. Okay, really let it cultivate, because it's not like, oh, I have this idea and then this is going to happen. It's like, I have this idea or something new has come in, but I'm going to let it marinate. Okay. So I'm going to let it sit here and marinate. I'm going to learn more about it. I'm going to see how I feel, and then I will get moving. Looks like you're going silver. Oh, yeah. It's platinum, not silver. I got tired of coloring my hair. My hair grows way too fast, and I'm over it. So people pay hundreds to have silver hair. I get it naturally. Look, the bottom of the deck here is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Remember how I said if you want to know what's going on internally, look externally? It's exactly what this is saying. Whatever it is that you're wanting isn't showing up externally because we're not there yet. We've got to fix our thoughts. We got to fix our communication, and we have to spend time going, okay, how can I go about doing this differently? I say this, but I know that's not right. So I need to address it differently. So, what was it that I thought of the other day? I like to make a checklist, like a to-do list to check off. And I was like, I changed the way I say it to where like I'm getting that done, but I changed it to I'm getting that accomplished. I just got that accomplished, because accomplished is such a much bigger word, right? It makes us feel differently. So pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your words and how you address things. Never say, I'll worry about that later, because what is that doing? Setting you up to worry about something later. We don't want that. Say, I'm going to address that later. And that puts you in a place of power. Okay? So it's these little changes. This is the hard part. This is like, where they say work hard. This is the hard part. It's really being self-aware of what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking throughout the day. Okay? And how can you shift it to a more powerful stance? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, y'all. So let's get some oracle. Is all that making sense for this week? I want to make sure that y'all are up to speed. And when we have this, the blessing of being understood, right? Well, how are we going to, maybe we need to be able to understand ourselves and what we truly want. How can we communicate more effectively, right? To where we can be understood. How can we live in our authenticity and express that so people understand who we are, what we want, what we need, okay? Because we cannot expect everybody to be mind readers, right? I mean, you see a lot of them playing that here on TikTok, but let me tell you, I had a lady, I don't know if she's on here or not, but I had a lady message me on Instagram, scared to death, because somebody messaged her stating that something really bad was going to happen to her, and her daughter, I think. And this is an awful person that did this. And they looked at her Instagram, they saw where she's from and things like that. And so they took that information and they put it in the message of like trying to tell her that something bad was coming. And I'm sure they were going to try to get her to get a reading. And she was scared to death. And she messaged me and she's like, I need to know if this is real or fake or what. I said, let me tell you something. It's absolutely fake. No true reader, psychic, medium, nobody would ever do that to you, okay? That's not what we're about. And so I told her, I said, you are safe, you are okay, you're just fine. And I said, don't believe this shit, because if you do, you're putting that fear energy out there, and then you will create something that happens. And so she felt so much better afterwards, but it makes my blood boil knowing that there are evil people out there doing that. So this is, this is why I try to educate on everything, because I want you to be in a place of power, because you deserve to not feel vulnerable like that. You deserve to really think about things clearly and logically. And I was talking to my mom this weekend as well, and I was like, it blows my mind seeing some of the comments that I see on TikTok where people literally like they don't even like take time to research anything. They like, well, what does this mean? Where can I get, where can I find more information about you? Instead of going to their profile and clicking their link, which is common sense, or, where can I find information about that? Go to fucking Google, and people have really been dumbed down to a point of laziness and victimhood and whatever, vulnerability, And it's like, no, we need to stand in our power. We need to like take personal responsibility, take initiative for what it is that we want to know. I don't know. It just blows my mind. People expect you to just, you know, feed them things, and then they believe whatever you're saying, and then they come back and complain because, well, this person they told me this. And it's like, did you take a second to make sure that was right? Well, no. Well, then it's your fault. Okay? Let's see. People struggle to use discernment. Yep. It's conditioned instant gratification. 100%. Putting it into the universe. I hate she felt scared. Yeah, always go with your gut. Let's see. People don't want to do research for themselves and want everything handed to them. I know, and that's the problem. And it really is going to create a massive issue with all these coaches and things like that, because even Jamie sent me a link where, you know, some of these coaches are creating cult-like followings, and these people are not thinking for themselves. These coaches are not teaching people to think for themselves. And it's like, that's not a coach. That's a cult leader. And my tools, I think people get frustrated with me because I'm not going to do every step for you. I can't. This is your life. I give you the most powerful tools possible, and you do have to do some work. But when you do the work, bam, you just grabbed onto a tool that you can use for the rest of your life. That's what a coach does. And it drives me crazy, these people that just expect these people to follow them and just listen to everything they say. And they're just looking for the income. Let's see. I'm getting a lot of those people, but I feel like they take advantage. Oh yeah, they do know. Saturn in Pisces is trying to teach people to use discernment, especially within the spiritual community. Yeah, God, they've got to, man. They've got to. It's insane. Like, there are people that still go to other readers' lives, the ones who are using one deck for every person. And I'm like, are we still doing this? I've taught you guys that if they're not using the entire deck for each person, so if they're going like this and they're just giving random answers and then they pick up for the next person giving an answer, that's a false reading. Do not pay attention to that. Do not partake in that. It is a false reading. You are required to use the entire deck for one person's reading. And then you cleanse it, reshuffle, put the energy of the next person into the deck, and then you read for them. Okay? Do not ever fall prey to those kinds of readings. They're not real readings. It's bullshit. Look, perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Look at that. So remember how we said the blessing of being understood. Well, you're not going to be understood if you're not being your authentic self, right? We've already covered that. So here we go. The perfect storm. Remember how I said I'm gonna start a revolution. I really am. Like, watch me. It's coming. I've already been planning it this weekend. And it's the courage to step into life. Stop just being a bystander to your life. Stop just sitting back and letting other people, live the life that you want, or stop letting other people dictate what you're going to do with your life. So, there we go. Let's see. Absolutely. We need to do our own work and be in our own power. Yes. I'm a psychic medium, and I get sick to my stomach when I think about people, I know, who take advantage. Oh, girl, my blood boils. Boils. And it's not even just the spiritual community too. It's the love and relationship community as well. Like, there's some shit ass people out there giving them worst dating and love advice. And especially guys are like now trying to like give women dating advice. And I'm like, no, sir, it doesn't work, because they are feminine men who have been hurt. And so now they're trying to control women by making women change and be more masculine. I'm like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It goes against psychology, biology, everything. I'll be ugly and just say that common sense has disappeared. It really has, unfortunately. Let's see. I think helping people and empowering people to discern and understand their intuition is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way that we can start this revolution, is like, you know, use your discernment. What does it feel like? What are you actually picking up off of this? What are you being guided to instead of told to do? There's a reader asking $550 for a reading. Well, I mean, it depends on how busy they are. They can charge whatever they want. You know, if they're good, then okay. My readings, my live 1 hour readings are over $200, but that's because we spend an hour, sometimes an hour and a half together, and you get coaching along with my reading. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on the reader of if it's worth the $550 or not. Yeah. And that's another thing. It's like, people don't research the reader that they're getting information from. I'm like, I have a whole website that you can look at. You can look at all my social media. You can even email me if you have questions. Like, I've had people do that. They're like, you know, I'm not sure, I'm a little skeptical. And I'm like, that's okay. You can be skeptical. Like, I'm here when you're ready. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm okay with that. I have nothing to hide. Whoops. The Ancient Ones. I love this card, because this card is like, you have power. You are like surrounded. You are backed by everyone that came before you and everyone that's going to come after you. Like, that's why I feel like this revolution is coming, to where, like I said, women are going to have to lead this revolution of women being in their power, men being in their power, and we come together. And we're not going to do that by bashing one another. You know, we have to stand in our sovereignty. We have to stand in our power and lead by example. Somebody told me, because I was talking about that guy that was trying to give like the worst dating advice ever. And I saw him twice, and he was saying that he divorced his wife because she didn't cook for him and whatnot. And she was being mean to him, and he talks like this. And I'm like, what's going on here? So, you know, we have to use discernment. We have to both be in our power, but like rashly, you know. Women, we can't sit there and say that all men are shit, but then want love. It doesn't work that way. So what we do is we use discernment. We stand in our power. We are the attractors. Men, they are biologically and psychologically designed to pursue, and we need to allow them to do that, but we have to set rules and boundaries, okay? And we're going to be going over that in the 6-week challenge pretty soon. So, yeah, man, baby, it was insane. Like, I was just like, eeh. And he blocked a woman. He blocks all women who challenge what he says. And he's like, I'm only gonna, you know, I only want women in here that are gonna be nice to me. And that's the way he talks. And I'm just like, okay. It's very odd, y'all. It's very odd. And women were eating it up. And I'm just like, I can't. So, yeah. You feel that card? Yeah. So this, what I got to get back to what I was talking about. You know, the Ancient Ones, like, time is not linear. So we have all this power around us. And this is why, like I was saying, I feel like this revolution is coming to where, we're going to have to lead the way. We're going to have to set the energy standard. That's what women do. We set the energy standard. And then we have men who will join and, you know, be the protective energy. And that's just how we have to start it. Yeah, I agree. She says the people who are struggling and broken are being able to see why they are the way they are. Yeah. Because it confirms what they think they already know. Yep. Well, they want the attention. People will seek attention any way they can get it, right? Because when they feel a void within them, they will seek any way to fill it. So whether it's with attention, substance abuse, drama, Doesn't matter. Attention is attention. And it's feeding into that toxic behavior. Like, okay, well, that's why I don't have a man, because I wasn't pursuing him. It's something wrong with me. And it's like, no, there's most likely something wrong with both sides, and it just didn't work. And there was something to learn there. And then you allow yourself to be in your divine feminine energy. He needs to be in his divine masculine energy, and then you coexist together. Ta-da. Oh, look at that. Appreciation. See, these feminized guys are saying they want women to pursue them. They want women to initiate, They don't. Studies have shown that's not accurate. They want to feel appreciated. And so do women, right? So we're both saying the same things, but we're on different ends of the spectrum. The feminine side, the masculine side. But we're both saying the same things of trying to communicate what we need, what we want, what we desire. But the lines are getting crossed because we have these ill-informed people out there as experts spreading toxic information. So I know we kind of like went down the rabbit trail on this, but it's all a part of being understood. That goes with the blessing of being understood. Men and women both want to be understood. And the only way we can do that is by celebrating our uniqueness, being our authentic self, and not being afraid to claim what we need. But it's not because so-and-so told me that's what I need. Okay? Like I said, men want the woman to pursue, but it's not what they need. They want to be appreciated and valued, and so do women. It's just in different ways. I hope that's making sense. Y'all can, because I go on these tangents and I start speaking and I just want to make sure it makes sense. I don't want that one. I want this one. And if you're in my 6-week challenge, we're going to talk about all that in the Love the Power Way week. This week's about loving yourself. Yep. Look, we have being bound. So that's the thing, is we feel stuck, we feel powerless, we feel, it's kind of like the 8 of Swords in tarot, but it's your own self-imprisonment, okay? And it all starts right here. So that's why it's important here for today to look at everything around you, look at what you've been hanging on to, look at what you've been using as a protective shield. This would be something physical, whether it be things or weight. What's going on here that you're using a protective shield because there's something within that you're unwilling or scared to look at, okay? And then we go to Tuesday, the 10 of Swords, like, okay, I've got to stop thinking that way. Something's got to change, something's got to end here, and it all starts in the mind, right? And then we have Wednesday, the Page of Swords. This is a message of a new thought, a new area of learning. Something's coming in. It's a new idea, a new way of being and thinking that you're going to cultivate, okay? And then Thursday, we just let it marinate. We just need to let it marinate, okay? Don't expect like everything to just start shifting, right? Things will start shifting, but we've got to really let it settle into that energy. Is it too late to get into the challenge? It is right now, but I will be opening up soon for another group. So yeah, I'm so freaking excited because I feel like one of my most powerful groups or a powerful transformation that I've created. Air signs love new ideas, just don't overthink it. Yep. You know what's funny? My mom, I told her that the other day. She said something, and she analyzes everything. And I told her, I said, you've got to stop overthinking everything because you're driving yourself crazy. And she goes, no, I don't do that. I said, yeah, you do. And so I don't just do that with clients. My own family, I could see it clearly. I just, you know, this is the place that I love to be. I love inspiring change within. I love giving you all the tools to empower yourself, because I don't want you dependent on me. Please don't. That's too much. I want you dependent on yourself. Okay? I want to give you these tools that are going to be lasting throughout your entire life. And that's what the power challenge is. So yeah, I'll open it up for the next group soon. And then we'll get going. I think we had this recently. Standing Stones Passage. Because I remember we talked about this being a rite of passage for you. This is really opening yourself up to something different. To like, what if you were able to step into a doorway, like step through a doorway into the life that you actually want, instead of the life that you were told you had to have. See, I don't think we have midlife crisis. I think we have midlife wake up, midlife awakenings, because we go through life like this, and then we finally snap out of it. We're we get pushed to the point to where we've had enough, and we're like, God, I've been living all this time in a lie, and I don't want that anymore. And so people just go off and they think you've lost your mind. They think you're crazy or you're having a crisis, but actually you're like, fuck it, I want to go explore. I want to go live my life. I'm sick and tired of being this way, and this is a lie. This is my truth. So I'm going to go live that. But unfortunately, there are people that do wake up, but they are too afraid to go live their truth, because they're too afraid of what the people around them are going to think, do, or say. And it breaks my heart so much. We're going to change that. We're going to change that. Okay? Thank you. She says, I love your passion. This is truly amazing work. Thank you. I'm telling your life story. Look, you know, here's the thing. Oh, I've got goosebumps. We're all divinely unique, but we're also one. Okay? We all feel the same way, but in our own way. Does that make sense? Like, we are so tired of this bullshit that we've been sold that is life, and we're ready to change it. That's why I'm saying I even put it on my website. You have to go check out my website. Put it like, we're starting a revolution. Okay? And I don't care if I've got to lead it or what, because I know that there is a end goal here of where we stand in our power, men stand in their power, and we all coexist. We shouldn't have to live in fear for our lives. We should have a place to where we set the energy standard, they set the physical action standard, and we lead the emotional energy side, they lead the physical active side, and we go like this. That's what I'm feeling like. It's building more and more within me. This card is so needed and empowering to you. Good. Stepping into you. That's what I want. That's what I want. Y'all need to get into the tribe, because we're changing things big time in the tribe. I've got this new module coming out soon. I'm putting it to the test right now. I'm creating my own app, and this is where the revolution is going to take place. This is where I'm going to give you every tool that you need to stand in your power, and it's going to be things that you can use throughout your entire life. You're not going to be dependent on me, but you're going to love the connection. Okay? All my family thought I was nuts. Oh, and menopause. Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. Like, men and women both, like, I empathize with people that go through their entire life living this programmed way, and they get to the end of their life and they're like, God, I was miserable. That's not what I wanted at all. I actually wanted to do this throughout my life, but I was too afraid to do so. That just like kills me. That's what motivates me. You know, because we can use certain fears to motivate us into doing something productive, right? The fear of regret motivates me. Like, I never want to be on my deathbed going, God, I wish I would have. And I want to inspire every single one of you all to never have those regrets on your deathbed. I want you to do what makes you happy. I want you to do things that you love. I want you to love yourself and I want you to stand in your power. So there's my soapbox. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, y'all, I've got to get to appointments. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, so if you missed the beginning, be patient. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. It takes a little while because TikTok takes a while to upload things. If you need anything, the link is in my bio. Get into the tribe because, like I said, the revolution starts very soon, and I'm freaking excited. Like, I've got somebody I'm going to reach out to, because what I've been learning about this and my way of coaching and moving is, like, I'm really good with the information, but I need a like an application manager. So I've got somebody I'm going to reach out to that's really good with doing all that stuff, because the technology business side, I'd rather just be able to be here and give you all the tools and coach and everything. So anyways, like, I see it all here, and it's huge, and I'm so excited. So yeah, I love you all. I'll be back here Friday morning. Okay, we're gonna get a reading for the weekend. Come back to YouTube to watch this, to check in daily, to make sure you're in this power and you're using this energy to your own benefit. Okay, all right, have a wonderful week.